Hello everyone and welcome back. We're still working on this snippet roll, but we're coming down to the end. I have these last parts here placed out and ready to stitch. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's grab a thread here and get it on the needle. Hope everybody's doing well. It has gotten a little colder here in Northeast Texas, and so it's nice to be inside doing one of the things I love, and that's slow stitching. Do you find that you do more lap work during the winter time than you do the rest of the year? I know I do. When there's bad weather outside, it just seems it gives you a license to sit down and do something with your hands. And so that's nice. Oops, I forgot to make a knot. Put on one of those things on YouTube that has the fireplace going and the snowing outside and the music, and it's just so relaxing, and can just sit and feel all cozy and stitch something beautiful. This snippet roll, when we finish it, is going to be the beginning of a series that I'm going to do on turning scraps into gifts and show all the work that we've put into our snippet rolls. If that interests you, you might follow along with that upcoming series. Well, I just hate that. I'm the world's worst at pulling my thread out of my needle. We'll be doing several things where we take scraps and make gift items. And you know, if we start early in January, then we really, by spring, we'll have gifts that we can use all year. But I know a lot of people, especially, have a heavy gifting time at the end of the year. And so if we start early, we'll have some gifts stacked up ready to go and won't be in a last minute rush to get things done. The thing I love about using my scraps and turning them into gifts, well, first of all, it saves the planet in that we are recycling so much fabric and fibers and using and utilizing them. But also, in the type of fiber art that I love, you can create some beautiful pieces out of just nothing except scraps. And if you've been following along with this snippet roll, you realize that I'm not using large cuts of anything. I'm not using huge motifs. I'm not using other man-made embellishments. I'm simply using pieces of scraps. Now I'm going to bring you up a little for a while so that you can see a little better what I'm doing. But just tiny little snippets. But when we put these things together, we end up with something really pretty. We end up with a little piece of fiber art. Now, I like to take that little bit of fiber art and turn it into a gift of some kind. So that'll be what I'm going to do with this snippet roll when I get done with it. And if I do it right, I should get, out of this 18-inch snippet roll, I should get, let's see, 6 different gifts. And so we'll see how that turns out. But if that interests you, don't miss coming back and catching those. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to title the playlist for that yet, but something like Scraps to Gifts. And so it'll be kind of self-explanatory. Maybe you can find it when you do come back. I'm probably going to start it fairly quickly, even though you know, I'm going to run it all year for next year, but I probably start it in I don't know. This is just about finished, so maybe next week we'll get into turning this snippet roll into gifts. And after I do that, then I'll start another scraps to gifts project. I like to have little gifts to give all year for no reason except to let someone know that I'm thinking of them, that I care about them, to brighten their day. For people who are tired and weary, overworked, sometimes a simple little gift can lift their spirits tremendously. And so I sure would like to have those ready to go throughout the year, because don't you meet a lot of people like that? You might be sitting with a friend in the hospital and they're nurses or doctors. They're people that come in and clean their room, the people that deliver their food trays. All these people have lives and they have stories and they have problems. And sometimes just a simple little gift can do more than anything else that they'll experience that day. So I love to do that. You can also think about assisted living facilities, nursing homes, orphanages, just hospice units, people who, areas where you can give gifts, if you like to do that type of charitable thing also. Okay, well, I did it again, but this time it's all right. What do I do with my scissors? There they are. Okay, let's grab another piece of thread. Let's see. Oh, I got some more green here, and that works well with this color on this snippet row. Get that separated. I always feel like half my video time is in separating thread or rethreading my needle. But you know what? That's the realities of stitching in it. We all have to go through that. Straightening out this floss that's always seems to be really tightly entangled. Hang that back. I have it hung over my craft light, and so I can just reach up and grab it when I need it. I can also see what colors are up there. Okay, put a knot this time. Up. Okay. I think I need to go back down here and catch this. Very loose weave piece, and if I don't get some of it down through use, it will disintegrate. So, but if you get it caught, it will not do that. Okay. Now, where did I leave off? Right down here? Yes. Getting these fibers all caught in here. And if you've watched from the beginning, you know that I started with a pre-made snippet roll base, and that has eliminated any problem of trying to fill in the background or having gaps and spaces all the time. And because the base has plenty of interest of its own, and a lot of it you're covering up, but then a lot of it is coming through too. So you just need to make you a base first and then work on top of that. Now that's my philosophy, and especially for this type of snippet roll, where it's more of a fiber art collage than a motif theme or something like that. You see underneath this piece, this is already part of the base, and it shows through, and that's the type of thing that will save you so much time and give you interest that you don't have to put on the top layer. Now I make the base with a sewing machine. It's quicker and faster that way. And in this particular one, I stayed in color tones of fabric, but a lot of times I am strictly making a simple, let me show you, a simple base that is purely scrappy all the way, and all kinds of colors. And these are fun to do your own snippet embellishments on top. And like I said, I do those on my machine, and that I'm also utilizing all of my scraps. I'm not throwing scraps away. They work great for that. If you want to make your own, I usually start with about a 1 3/4 or 2-inch strip of sheeting or muslin or some fabric like that. And then I start stripping or tearing my scraps, and I use those to sew down and cover that base piece, and changing as often as you want. One thing I know about this snippet roll, when I get ready to turn it into gifts, I know that I've got a great base to work with, but that doesn't mean that I won't be doing a little more embellishment on the gift item itself, because I will. And so that'll be fun to see how that all plays out also. So let's see, do I have everything done good? I believe I do. And so we have finished going down this snippet roll. I'm not real worried about the security of these threads on the back side, because when I make the gift item, I will be definitely, it will secure the underside of this snippet roll. I'm going to just cut off a little extra here at the end. I don't know about you, but I just love this. I love everything about it. I love the colors. I love the texture. I love the diversity. There is so much going on here, and it's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I just love scrappy fiber art. And now when I use this to make my gifts, I'm going to cut it up, and probably into 6 pieces. and then work on each of those pieces as an individual gift. And so when I get through, this snippet roll will be 6 gift items. Does that interest you? If it does, I hope that you'll come back for those videos. Okay, well, we'll hold it there for this time, and I hope you created one of these yourself. And also, don't forget that I have these snippet roll bases in my Etsy shop if that interests you to get one of those rather than have to put one together yourself. But if not, make your own and go for it, okay? Until next time, this is Linda at Chic Designs.